everybody is enjoying their meal. But at this time, I would like to introduce Mary Pfeifer, playing Patsy Cline. Let's give her a nice round.
Well, hello everyone. Thank you for being here. If you're finishing your meal, by all means, I won't be offended if you ignore me. You should by all means finish your meal. Yes, my name is Mary Pfeifer, and I have been doing Patsy Cline for for over 15 years. I started with a play in Streator, Illinois called Always Patsy Cline. And because I did that play, I got picked up at Starved Rock the next year in 2010, and I've been doing it ever since. So I'm really happy to be here today. How many of you have heard me before? That is the hugest compliment of all. Thank you, because you returned. I appreciate that very much. I do like to tell people that I am not an impersonator. I am a tribute artist. And what is the difference? The difference is, an impersonator, you're supposed to, for a moment, forget that I'm not the real Patsy Cline because I just look just like her and I sound just like her. That's not going to happen today. I have too much respect to try to think that I could even come close to being the real Patsy Cline, especially because she died at the age of 30. Yeah, I can't impersonate 30. I'll give tribute to it, but I can't impersonate it. Our very first song today is the one she sang, got known around the country because she sang in the Arthur Godfrey show. Anybody remember Arthur Godfrey? It's funny when I do it, the crowds are getting younger, and if you look at each other and like, no, don't know Arthur Godfrey. I remember Arthur Godfrey. She appeared in the Arthur Godfrey show with this song. She didn't want to sing this one. She thought it was just a silly pop song, but it froze the applause meter. Thank you. I like that. I didn't even sing yet. I go out walking after midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I walk for miles along the highway. Well, that's just my way of saying I love you. I'm always walking after midnight, searching for you. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies turn gloomy, night wind whispers to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I'm always walking after midnight, out in the starlight, just hoping you will be somewhere. I'm walking after midnight, searching for me. You know, she recorded the song twice. On that list on the back of the colored piece of paper, she recorded it again on her second contract, singing it fast with the Jordanaires behind her. I stopped to see a weeping willow crying on his pillow. Maybe he's crying for me. And as the skies turn gloomy, night wind whispers to me, I'm lonesome as I can be. I'm always walking after midnight, out in the starlight, just hoping you will be somewhere. I'm walking after midnight, some of them Googled the answers. I may get to your table, but I'm asking just this table. So as a former teacher, please don't speak out of turn. You have to raise your hand if you want to answer my question. Do you know what Patsy's real name was? Her first name on her birth certificate? Shall I put you on the spot? Zelda. Zelda is not correct. You get an I don't know, sucker. We don't use the D word in education. The kids do about the assignment, but this is an I don't know, sucker. You're welcome. Shall we put someone else? I see, someone over here. Well, I talked to that gentleman. He was doing his homework, so we should give the what do you call it? The student that really wants to do best. It was Virginia. That's what her name. They called her Jenny, and her middle name was. That's okay. That's like an extra credit point. Here's a smartie for you. Her name was Virginia Patterson Hensley, and she went by the name of Jenny with her family. She was born to a 16-year-old mom during the Depression in 1932. She lived in a little shack with no running water, no electricity, no indoor plumbing. She lived by the Shenandoah River with her 16-year-old mom, and her mom knew how to grow chickens, grow a garden, preserve food, while her father was off finding work. He was a blacksmith by trade, and again, because of the Depression, work was hard to find, so he wasn't living at home at the time. I'm going to jump back and forth chronologically. That's when she was born. Now I'd like to do the song that she wanted to do on the Arthur Godfrey Show instead of Walking After Midnight. I must make up my mind today what to have to hold. A poor man's roses or a rich man's gold. One's as wealthy as a king in a palace, though he's calloused and cold. He must learn to give his heart the love instead of buying it with gold. And yet the poor man's roses and the thrill when we kiss will bring memories of paradise that I'll never miss. Yet the hand that brings the rose tonight is the hand I will hold. For the rose of love means more to me, more than any rich man's gold. And yet the poor man's roses and the thrill when we kiss will bring memories of paradise that I'll never miss. And yet the hand that brings the rose tonight is the hand I will hold. For the rose of love means more to me, more than any rich man's gold. Poor man's rose. Thank you. As I told some people earlier, all the songs she ever recorded are on the back of that piece of colored paper. So we will be here till 7, 8 o'clock, like that. If you're Ubering or something, tell them you'll be late, okay? No, I really don't know every single song because her greatest hits came from her second record contract. So there's only a few in the first one for a little bit of Patsy education that I'll be doing today. Patsy wanted to wear a cowgirl get-up on Arthur Godfrey's show, and she was not allowed to. She had to wear a formal that they took her shopping for. What do you think of my get-up? What do you think? I got it at Target. Why do that? You don't think there's a whole selection of these at Target? Walmart. Amazon. No, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I bought a man's country western shirt. Actually, I bought 3 of them, I think. Cut it off, cut all the brocade off the man's shirt, got a black skirt, sewed all that brocade on the skirt, using even the buttons on it, sewed the sequins on, sewed the fringe on, voila, right? Using my napkin, right? I'm from a large family, and my mother taught us how to sew, as well as other skills. Yeah, we could talk about that. Yeah. What's happening to the sewing world? But anyway, that's how I came up with my Patsy outfit. Let's do another song. This is my husband Don over here, doing all the music for me. We've been, yes? Oh, my boots. He wants me to tell you about my boots. My first pair of boots were red sequined boots. Coming back from Houston, Texas, when a niece got married, walking through the airport, already checked in. I knew I had room in my luggage for some reason. And I saw these in a window, and I had to buy them. And I now have about 11 pairs. I have to make different outfits in order to buy a new pair. So you just don't buy them randomly, like, oh, this is gold and black. I need gold ones. Oh, I need one in teal. Oh, I need teal boots. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Let's do the next song, Don. I was going to talk about you, but we'll just go with the next song. This has been used in a pet adoption commercial. I'm back in baby's arms. How I miss those loving arms. Dance for us. I'm back where I belong, back in baby's arms. Don't know what it was we never did before. Since we found out how it hurts, I guess we'll never quarrel anymore. I'm back in baby's arms. How I miss those loving arms. I'm back where I belong, back in baby's arms. You changed. But I didn't need his love till he took it away. Now I'm back where I belong, and in my baby's arms I must stay. I'm back in baby's arms. How I miss those loving arms. I'm back where I belong, back in baby's arms. 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 Thank you so much. Yes, I was going to mention that my sound man is Don Pfeifer, and we've been dating since August of 1974. My mother let me date at the age of 2. So we've been together ever since. Yes, we're legally married. Some people get confused by that. They're like, you're still dating after 50 years? Oh yeah, in many ways. I'm ready. Now I've opened the door for his comments. Kitty Wells did this song. This is pretty honky-tonk. As I sit here tonight, the jukebox playing that tune about the wild side of life. As I listen to the words they are saying, it brings memories when I was a trusting wife. It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels, as you say in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're still single. They have caused many a good girl to go wrong. Little honky-tonk fiddle. Do you know the difference between a fiddle and a violin? Yeah, I'm talking to Carrie. No? I think I need a Smartie or a... The difference between a fiddle and a violin is your attitude. And I was told by someone, you get more money if you sell it for a violin. It's a shame that all the blame is on us women. It's not true, only you men feel the same. From the start, most every heart was ever broken. Because there always was a man to blame. It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels, as you say in the words of your song. Too many times married men think they're still single. They have caused many a good girl to go wrong. We have a student with a question. Honky-tonk merry-go-round? There is a honky-tonk merry-go-round. You want me to sing that? Is that what you're saying? It wasn't God who made honky-tonk angels? Because there's a country western song about the honky-tonk angels this guy finds in the bars. And this was sort of a retort to that it's not their fault, it's your fault, so quit talking about it. But you do bring up a point I'd like to make, that if you keep track of the songs I've sung, how many have I done now? I've done 4. At some point, next hour, next 45 minutes, I might ask you if there's a request, something I haven't done yet. And just so you know for sure, if your memory's good, that's fine. For me, I would need to make a list, or just check them off, because if I ask you for a song and you say "Back in Baby's Arms," then it's going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, and it's awkward, so, okay? So if you think you might want to request later, you got one in your head, and see if I do it or not, I may open it up for requests. Let's do another one, Don. They can sing along with me on this one. You're so familiar with it, I'm sure. Have you ever been lonely? Have you ever been blue? Have you ever loved someone such as I love you? I love you. Can't you see that I'm sorry for each mistake I made? Can't you see that I changed you? Can't you see that I paid? Be a little forgiven. Take me back in your arms. How can I go on living now that we're that we're apart. If you knew what I've been through, then you know why I ask you, have you ever been lonely? Have you ever been blue? So, you want to venture on a guess on, here's I can get my ammunition here. Now this would be a guess, because even if you did your homework, this is an extra credit question. At this table, venture a guess, how tall was Patsy Cline? 4 feet 2? No, sir. Even with stilettos, she would have been taller than that. 5'1". Let me get another, I don't know something. She actually is right around my height, without the heels. Without the heels. 5'6", who said that? You said 5'6"? She was 5'6", she had brown eyes.
Check her phone.
Her favorite perfume was Windsong. Do you remember Windsong? You can still buy it. You can still find it, Windsong. I used to have a bottle till I broke it, but I need to replace it. Let's do the next one, honey. Yeah, Valentine. Oh, I see. Yes, Valentine's Day is coming, honey. They opened up the floor to him. He said, so is Christmas. She's like, Valentine's Day's coming. He said, so is Christmas. You're funny. Just a closer walk. Yep. Patsy didn't do a lot of spirituals. This is one of about 3 you can call spiritual.
Just a closer walk with me.
I am weak, but thou art strong. I like those Jordanaires. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Get Jordan here, back me up. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. When my feeble life is o'er, time for me will be no more. Guide me gently, safely forward to thy kingdom shore, to thy shore. Sing with me. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Her father was traveling around trying to find work. Her best place to live ever was when her father got the job of keeping the boilers going at Washington and Lee University. And they got a house in the deal. Patsy was somewhere around school age, early school age, maybe 8. The house had electricity, running water, but best of all, it also had a piano in the house. And Patsy would sit at that piano and play with it because every weekend she would hear the singers and the bands, of course, the orchestras, the music wafting down the hill from Washington and Lee University when they had their grand dances. And Patsy would hear the likes of Kate Smith or Joe Stafford and many others, names who I do not retain. But she was so enthralled by it, she said, that's what I want to do. I want to be a singer. And so that was just a tremendous influence on her life. The other musical influence early in her life was her father singing loudly in the front seat of church. And she said that that was a big impact on her. She knew to just sing out. This is a song written by a 14-year-old boy. That's what I read. There's books up here in Patsy Cline. I've read them all. I have Googled some things, but they pretty much fit within the realm of what you read in those books. And I read that it was written by a 14-year-old boy for their first record contract. But something they don't mention is he had to have an older sister. Had to. Listen to the words of this song. Down in Dallas, near the palace, I met a boy so cute. I loved his hugging, I loved his kissing, as we sat in his little red coupe. Now he said to me, confidentially, how much do you love me? I thought for a while, then with a smile, this is what I told him, don't you see? I love your money, I love your honey, but most of all I love your automobile. I love you, baby, I don't mean maybe, you're the sweetest thing on wheels. I love your kissing, I wouldn't miss it, no matter how I feel. I love you, honey, I love your money, but most of all I love your automobile. Now what conversation did that young man hear in his household? Now this was the 50s, remember? Probably around 1957 or so. Down in Dallas, near the palace, I met a boy so cute. I loved his hugging, I loved his kissing, as we sat in his little red coupe. Now he said to me, confidentially, how much do you love me? I thought for a while, then with a smile, this is what I told him, don't you see? I love you, honey, I love your money, but most of all I love your automobile. I love you, baby, I don't mean maybe, you're the sweetest thing on wheels. I love your kissing, I wouldn't miss it, no matter how I feel. I love you, honey, I love your money, but most of all I love your automobile. Most of all I love your automobile. So that was the kind of music the four-star record writers were writing for her. All the music Patsy could sing on her first contract had to be written by the employees of the four-star record company. So she didn't get to bring in one of Hank Williams until later, her second contract. She couldn't bring in a popular song and do her cover of it. She had to stick with what the four-star record writers wrote. And one of the reasons being is that the owner of the company would often change a word or two in the song, and then he'd put his name on the song, and that way he made more money, because Patsy was only making like just a little less than 3% from anything that was ever sold. So she was not making any money. She was doing it for the love of it, and she wanted to be famous, and she worked hard. She was just nonstop working hard. This is one of the songs she did get to cover in the second record contract done by Hank Williams. Written by Hank Williams. Your cheating heart will make you weak. You'll cry Patsy never attended high school, really. She was high school age by the time she got done with 8th grade because they moved around so many times in her lifetime. She was born in, oh gosh, there goes that first moment. She was born in Winchester, Virginia, and she lived most of her life in that area, traveling from Elkton and different towns, but in the Shenandoah Valley. In fact, around the age of 14 or so, 12 maybe, her mother divorced her father. They say, sometimes you read, he deserted the family. That sounded better for Patsy's mother, Hilda, but actually Hilda was done, and her husband, Samuel, they got a divorce. They left the family. So now Patsy felt more like she should help support the family. She even worked in a poultry plant where she had to pluck chickens as well as help butcher them. And it was she lied about her age. She was only 14 and was too young to work there. And when they figured it out, she was made to leave. But she also worked at the famous Gaunt's drugstore, and that's the people that just helped her so much when she wanted to go do something musical. They fixed her schedule so she could, and they were a tremendous help to her when she decided, I'm going to sing. This is a song that Katie Lang copied. She said Patsy Cline was a huge influence in her life. I think I might have some fans out there that like this one. How many know this song? Really? 2 cigarettes in an ashtray. Stranger came along and everything went wrong. Now there's 3 cigarettes in the ashtray. I watched her take him from me. So Patsy got hired by Bill Peer and the Melody Boys when she was still being called Jenny. And she was fronting that band around the fraternal organizations on the East Coast in Virginia area, especially a little bit of DC and such. But she was told by Bill Peer that he didn't really like the first name Jenny as her stage name. So her middle name was Patterson. The idea is that either he or she went with Patsy being better sounding than Jenny. So now she was Patsy Hensley fronting the band. And there was a gentleman that came in to hear her, and he was the son of some sort of businessman big in the area, and his name was Gerald Klein. And Gerald kept wooing Patsy. He offered her rides in his car, which was huge because Patsy had no vehicle, her mother had no vehicle. He offered fuel for the home because there's Patsy's mother now with a younger brother and sister, Sis and John, her younger brother and sister. and their mother taking care of all three of them. She's now around 18, 19 years old. And Gerald Cline, actually she got married to Gerald when she was 21. So he was wooing her, he was saying, let's get married, and she agreed. So now she has the famous name, Patsy Cline, when she went on the Arthur Godfrey show. After the Arthur Godfrey show, divorces took a long time back then, right? They weren't quickie divorces. She decided the marriage wasn't working for her with Gerald. Something about he wanted her to stay home more. And they must not have had a good talk before they got married. And by the time her divorce became final, it was after the Arthur Godfrey show. And she had already met the love of her life, Charlie Dick, and she got married that September. Arthur Godfrey in March, she married Charlie Dick that September. So after that point, when she was becoming more famous, she was married to Charlie Dick, that was her husband. And Charlie was upstairs at the Orchid Lounge in Nashville, Tennessee, and this guy came along wanting to sell a song. Patsy had just been in a car accident. She was still at home recovering from the car accident, some broken bones, laceration to her forehead. Took her a while to mend. They say she was in the hospital for a month. But this gentleman came in, found Charlie upstairs in the Orchid Lounge at Tootsie's and said, I have a song I'd like Patsy to record. Took it home to Patsy. Patsy didn't like it. Her manager, Owen Bradley at this time now, said, give it a try. Do it your way, Patsy. And she did. The famous writer was William somebody. Crazy, I'm crazy for your land, so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for your land, so blue. I knew you loved me as long as you wanted, and then someday you gave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world did I do? Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy for thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying and crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving That was a #2 hit for Patsy. She had not yet had, well, just previous to that, she had her first #1 hit, but that was #2. What song was better than Crazy on the charts? What song was your generation buying the 45 more and requesting it from the radio announcer more than Crazy? Well,
White cream.
No, the song was actually released after her death. She did that in the studio in February and she died in March. So I Fall to Pieces was her first #1 hit, but this was a song that was #1 and Crazy was #2. I actually played it in background music earlier today. It was Big Bad John, Big John. Well, down that mine there were so many men, and he held up the rafters, and y'all got out but him. So that was Big Bad John. And then there was another song that went up #1 past Crazy, and it was by Leroy Van Dyke. No relationship to Dick and to his brother, Jerry. Leroy Van Dyke, and it was Just Walk On By, Wait on the Corner. And that song went #1. You like that one too? Okay, let's do another song, and I think we're about break time. Let's do number 13, and then we'll come back for her I Fall to Pieces to start out the next set. I haven't even done but 11 songs. We're going to be here a while. Yeehaw! This is where you get up and do your square dancing. Deep within my heart lies a melody, a song of old San Antonio, where in dreams I live with a memory, beneath the stars all alone. Well, it was there I found beside the animal, enchanting, strange as the moon up above, on that moonlit path that only he would know. Still hears my broken song of love. Moon in all your splendor, don't look to my heart. Oh, that my road runs up San Antonio, lips so sweet and tender, like petals fall apart. Speak once again, I love my own broken song. Words I know still live in my heart all alone, on that moonlit path that only he would know. Still hears my broken song of love. Would you dance with me? You can lead, I'll even try to follow. Shake a leg, we don't care which one it is. That was a quote from Patsy. You're a fine dancer. I like that. Broken song and words I know still live in my heart all alone, on that moonlit path that only he would know. Still through my road of San Antonio, and rose my rose of San Antonio, and rose my rose of San Antonio. For the Bob Willis song. What was your first name? Al. Al? Thank you, Al, for being such a good sport there. I would tell the bus drivers at Starved Rock, I'm going to dance with you, because they're always tapping their foot and everything, and magically they disappeared. We've been warming up the bus extra earlier. So I'm going to go change my clothes and give you guys a 15-minute break here, and I'll be right back.
Let's have a nice round of applause for Mary Pfeifer. Isn't she grateful? Ladies and gentlemen, wasn't that an incredible first act? Let's give her another round for Simply Patsy and the amazing talent of Mary Pfeifer. What a fantastic performance so far. We'd also like to take a moment to thank you, our wonderful Prairie Bluff restaurant and service staff for preparing and serving such a delicious meal. Your hard work adds so much to this experience, and we truly appreciate it. All of our servers, appreciate your servers, everyone here. They're very good to you. Thank you. They get a round of applause. At this time, we would like to take a 15-minute intermission. If you need to stretch your legs, use the restroom, or refill your beverages, now is the perfect time to do so. We will return to the program shortly for the second half of this fantastic tribute to Miss Patsy Cline. While we're on break, we're excited to share a few short words from our fellow host, Miss Courtney Hederman from AARP Illinois. Let's give her a round of applause. She's great. She's going to share some amazing things from AARP that we're doing in our community. Following her remarks, we will distribute the raffle prizes, so keep those tickets handy or get them handy. For those joining us virtually, don't forget to like, comment, or share, and subscribe to stay connected with everything happening here at Prairie Bluff. We're thrilled to have you following along, and thank you everyone so very much. We'll see you back in your seats in just a few moments, so enjoy your break. Here's Courtney.
Please. Thank you so much. How is everybody? Is this awesome or what? Way better inside than outside, right? Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you so much for being here. AARP is so happy to be a part of the matinees and really just all sorts of different things that Lockport Township Park District puts on. So we're really, really proud to be a sponsor. And thank you again, all of you, for being here. One of the things that we've not done in the past is we kind of, at matinees, is to give a few words from me if there was something kind of big going on. We haven't really done that in the past. And that's kind of something that we'll do this year, just especially so you know what's happening and what's going on, if there's something that you should know about, especially. Mostly in advocacy, but also in other types of community events and programming. So one of the things I have, and it's at the AARP table, actually there's two sheets of paper. One is Illinois at a Glance is what it's called, and it's all the legislative priorities for AARP in the state, so for Springfield. And Springfield is just starting, so right now they're at home, and next week they'll actually be in session, and it is a brand new session. So all those bills that kind of maybe you heard about last year or the year before, it all starts over again. So we're in a brand new session that we'll be doing lots of work in. We have a couple of priorities: caregiving, financial security and literacy, specifically on frauds and scams, also consumer protections, property taxes. There's lots of stuff, so we're not going to be missing any issues, that's for sure. We have lots happening. But the one that I wanted to bring to your attention today is actually, and I don't want to say it wrong, so it is House Bill 1226 and Senate Bill 91. It's the same bill, okay? It's the same versions. But it's called the Road Safety and Fairness Act. Anybody heard about the driver's license bill? That's maybe one of the things. Okay, so I wanted to bring it to your attention. If you have not heard, for those of you who have, that's awesome. One of the things I wanted to make sure everybody knew about is, so the Secretary of State, Alexi Janulius, and AARP and several sponsors and legislators have come together to talk about this bill and to draft it. And essentially what it does is, we are the only state, and I mean it, the only state in the country that discriminates against people by age for driver's licenses so you can drive on the road. So no other state has any age restriction at all, where they have to take a test every year and all that. We're the only one. Well, that's ridiculous, right? Yeah. We know, this is unbelievable. We have Department of Transportation data that backs up 0.017% of all accidents that happened in the last 5 years were from an older driver. 0.017%. It's not even a full 1%. So we know that folks that are older adults, that are over the age of 79 especially, are not the ones getting in accidents. And usually modify a lot of driving, I bet. You drive mostly during the day, or you're taking really short trips, like short trip to here, right? Or to the pharmacy or the grocery store. You're not on the roads every single second, right? We know that. Okay, so what this bill does is it raises the age of when you have to take your driver's test to 87, where you have to do that annually after the age of 87. Right now, obviously, it's after the age of 79. So it's not perfect, I do recognize that, and there might be somebody in this room that's older than 87, and you'd still be in the same boat. So I understand that, but we're getting there, right? So little short wins here might be a good thing. The other piece that it does, which was something that's been negotiated, is that there is the opportunity for a family member to go to the Secretary of State or contact them and say, you know what, my mom or my dad or my aunt should not be driving. And the Secretary of State cannot then revoke your license just because somebody says, oh, you know, this person shouldn't drive. There would be a process. It also would include a physician. But it does have a self-reporting piece where, you know, maybe somebody shouldn't drive. And I don't know about you guys, but I really don't want any of my kids to have to tell me that I shouldn't drive. Maybe that should come from somebody else, because we don't want to hear that from our kids, right? So this might be an easier way to have those difficult conversations, but maybe it's not good to drive anymore. So anyway, that is one of the provisions in there. But otherwise, again, it raises that age to 87, where you have to take your driver's test every year. So better. Here's the thing, your state rep, for a lot of you that live in this area, State Representative Larry Walsh Jr. is one of the sponsors of this bill. So please, if you have a moment, call him, thank him for sponsoring. And if you do not have him, call your state rep, call your senator and say, please vote for this bill, it's really important for me. And you can give all those reasons. If you certainly have concerns, you should certainly voice your concerns too. So whether you're for it or against it, please raise your voice on this bill, because it's really gaining some momentum, and we think it's a really good cause. So anyway, any questions before we continue on? Yes? Okay, so right now the process is, we just had it introduced. We had a wonderful press conference with the Secretary of State, got some good momentum happening. It will be assigned to committee in the next probably couple of weeks, which will be really huge action. And then it would go to the either the House or the Senate floor. Both chambers will address the bill, vote, and then hopefully it passes, and then the governor would sign. So they have all the way until the end of May to take action on this. So there's a time frame for sure. It's not like it's tomorrow, but it's still, again, the sooner we get it through committee, sooner we get it through both chambers, and some good things. So just want you to know that AARP is at the table in this. We're really, really passionate about this issue because it's truly age discrimination, and that's just something that you guys should not be having to face. Just wanted you to know that, and just as the other matinees kind of continue and for our year, I'll be bringing you other information if you're interested about other topics too, not just this one, but I can keep you posted for sure. But there's a fact sheet about the driver's license bill if you have, like, just you're curious, want to know, have more details. It does actually include some of that data piece that I talked about. So for anybody who's interested in those things, you can take a look at that. Feel free to take anything. All right, thanks so much, and have the most wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.
How about another round for Courtney? She does so much for us. She does. Let's thank her. Okay, it's time. I'm going to start with the green raffle tickets. So make sure everybody has one of those out. I wish everybody luck. And I've got Steve here helping me. All right, Steve made it. Okay, I'm looking at ticket number 1. It's too late, honey. Sorry. I am sorry. Just for a reminder, you got to get those green tickets in before your lunch is served or while you're eating your lunch, because we do have to get it ready. Just a FYI for future. Okay, first ticket, I'm going to go with the last 4 numbers on the ticket. So right now I am looking at 0, 8, 9, 3. Do I have a 0, 8, 9, 3? Table 10, awesome. Congrats. Next number, 0, 9, 5, 7. All right. 0, 9, 2, 6. Hey, Marie! Congrats. I have a 0947. 47. Came back. Thank you. Okay, on to the cash raffle. Just so that everybody's aware, this is not a 50-50. We use all the money, we divide it, and we give it back. We don't keep any of it. So you guys brought in $300. So dividing that by 6, we get a nice $50 back for 6 winners. Okay, let's get those pink tickets going, and I wish you all luck. The more money, the more handouts we can have. So this time I got 6, which is pretty darn good. I'll last 4 numbers as well. 2642. Table 8, there you go. Next one, 2733. You got one? Oh, awesome. Next number, 2878. 2878. Oh, we got a 2878. Congrats. Next one, 2611. 2611. Oh, yay. Congrats. Okay, 2 more tickets, guys. Good luck. 2753. 2753. There you go. And the last one. 2844. 2844. Here. Congratulations, anyone. And thank you very much for participating. And now we'd like to get started with Mary Pfeifer back on stage and enjoy the second half. Thank you. Here's Mary. Let's give her a nice round of applause, everybody. If you're enjoying her, let's hear it louder. Woo! It's right. Thank you. Keep it coming.
I think it's the biggest compliment of all if you come to see me on your birthday. There's Carolyn. Where are you, Carolyn? Oh my goodness, it's your birthday. And did you say Sandy? Sandy, where are you? Well, thank you. Is there anybody else holding out on their birthday today? Anyone else that wants to confess that today's your birthday? This is your actual day, right? Let's sing some happy birthday to Carolyn and Sandy. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Carolyn and Sandy. Happy birthday to you. Well, I said I was going to come back and sing her first #1 hit. This song is the song that she met Loretta Lynn over. It was climbing to #1, and Patsy had just had a terrible car accident, and she was in the hospital. And Loretta was an up-and-coming singer in the Nashville area, and Patsy's song hit #1, and Loretta's at the Ernest Tubb Record Shop on Broadway, where they sang live. Mostly on the weekend, I think. But anyway, nonetheless, Patsy always had her radio on, and she heard Loretta dedicate this song to Miss Patsy Cline in the hospital. You can't say Loretta without putting a doll in there, I'm sorry. I mean, it just wouldn't be Loretta if you didn't put a doll. So she was wishing Miss Patsy Cline quick recovery and over her #1 hit, I Followed Pieces. And Patsy heard this dedication, told her husband Charlie, go get that gal, I want to meet her. So I don't know if it was immediate, I don't know what time frame it was, but he did. And they met because she dedicated that song, and that established the beginning of their friendship, which was only going to last a couple years because that was around 1961 and Patsy died in 1963. So that was very short. Let's do her #1 hit, her first #1 hit. certainly may get up and dance. I fall to pieces each time I see you again. I fall to pieces. How can I be just your friend? You want me to act like we never kissed. You want me to forget, pretend we never met. And I tried, but I haven't yet. You walk by and I fall to pieces. I fall to pieces each time someone speaks your name. I fall to pieces. Time only adds to the pain. You tell me to find someone else to love, someone who loves me too, just like you used to do. But each time I'm alone with someone new, you walk by and I fall to pieces. You walk by and I fall to pieces. So Patsy married Charlie in September of 1957. And the following year they had their first child, Julie. Julie is married today. Her name is Julie Fudge, and she can be found. I have not yet met her. It's on my bucket list. She can be found at the Patsy Cline Museum in Nashville, Tennessee. Patsy Cline Museum is upstairs to the Johnny Cash Museum, downstairs. And she resides in Nashville, Tennessee. Her brother, Randy Dick, is a drummer in the Nashville area, but you can't find him. He likes to do heavy metal, is whatever I found to read on him, and he keeps extremely low profile. He was only a year or so old when his mother died, so he never really probably knew her very well, but is, of course, a scion of a very famous person, so he has that in his life. So let's do another song. You want to dance, don't you? 7 lonely days makes one lonely week. 7 lonely nights makes one lonely me. Ever since the time you told me we were through, 7 lonely days, I cried and I cried for you. Oh, darling, you're crying. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's no use in denying I cried for you. It was your favorite pastime, making me blue. The last week was the last time I cried for you. 7 Hades blue, I filled with my tears. 7 letters too, I filled with my fears. Yes, it never pays to make your lover blue. 7 lonely days, I cried and I cried for you. Oh, my darling, you're crying. Boo. There's no use in denying. I cried for you. It was your favorite pastime, making me blue. Last week was the last time I cried for you. Last week was the last time I cried for you. So you're nice and close. What do you think of these boots, huh? Do you like those boots? Actually, I found these on Amazon. I did a search on bling denim, light denim boots. Voila, it matches the coat pretty good, right? You know what? When you've been with somebody 50 years, he's got job security. Oops. Was that a comment on my boots? Aye. Where was I? Anyway, yeah, I found this jacket and I kind of took the pockets out. I actually made a white skirt with using the pockets to make stars and put all the bling on it. I just don't like it. Plus it weighs about 40 pounds. The jacket and the skirt together weigh quite a bit with the fringe I added to the jacket. Thank you. Don't you think? All you need is a spotlight so that sparkle, you know? You can't even look at me, you know? It's so sparkly. Let's do the next song. I think you know what it is. It's South of the Border. Aye. You know, we talk twice as much as we did. I'll tell you that one after we're done. South of the border, down Mexico way. That's where we fell in love when stars above came out to play. And now as we wander, our hearts ever stray. South of the border, down Mexico way. She was a vision in old Spanish lace. Just for a tender while, he kissed the smile on her face. For it was fiesta, and they were so gay. South of the border, down Mexico way. Then she sighed as she whispered mañana, never dreaming that they would be parting. And he lied as he whispered mañana, for tomorrow never came. South of the border, he rode back one day. There in a veil of white by candlelight, she knelt and prayed. The mission bells talking that he mustn't stay. South of the border, down Mexico way. Help me out. Aye. Cha cha cha. well, what I was gonna say to you when he started the song was, you know, we've been around each other for 50 years, and instead of talking less, like when we first meet, you tell everything about yourself, we talk more, we talk twice as much than we used to. I said we talk twice as much as we used to. Isn't that the truth? Every time you say something, you just might as well go ahead and say it again, right? You like that? It's so true. I pulled that on him one time, he didn't know what I was going to say. Yeah, we talked twice as much as we ever did when we were first dating. On this next song, it was written by Irving Berlin as a wedding present for his wife. So you get to take part in it by singing one word multiple times, okay? And he's gonna cut the sound, so you're gonna be like, there's this gentleman filming over here, I know nothing about it, but you are all gonna be on tape, I'm putting the pressure on, so I'm counting on you, all right? The word is always, okay?
Always, always.
I'm gonna take that part for you.
Always. I'll be loving you. Always.
Oh, we rose to the occasion.
With a love that's true.
Kurt loves singers, he's got a nice ring to it.
When the things you plan need a helping hand, I will understand.
Twice?
Days may not be fair.
Didn't know it was in there that many times, did you?
That's when I'll be there. Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but
You guys are really good.
days may not be fair.
This is a really big one here.
That's when I'll be there.
Yeah.
Not for just an hour, not for just a day, not for just a year, but
Give yourselves a round of applause. So, let's see, what haven't I not told you? How about on the list of paper there? I know the gentleman back in the corner, he said he had them all filled in, except a couple. Let's see, who made Patsy's clothes? Her mother did. Who designed Patsy's clothes? Patsy did. In fact, there was a design in the Patsy Cline Museum in Nashville that was not yet brought into fruition. There's just the drawing. And just recently, I don't know that I've seen it, and I've been to the museum twice, is that they sent it to Nudies of California to have the design made. And then it would be hanging in the Patsy Cline Museum. So there still was some unfinished work when Patsy met her demise in March of 1963. Let's see, what else? Is there another question? What did she call people that she didn't really know their name, and sometimes I think it was just to be a smart aleck. She would call them Hoss. Hoss. She called her manager, Randy Hughes, Hoss, and he's like, no, you don't. You're going to call me Randy. Don't call me Hoss. But she would say that to different band people, like Hoss, I think that's in the key of G. She had kind of a deep voice. Any other questions from that sheet? She was born in Shenandoah, or she was born in Virginia. Where's the museum? It's in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay, then I've been there.
Yes, and then her house is set up for, you can see her house on Kent Street in Winchester, Virginia, and we actually went to see that. We told our kids we were finally taking a family vacation. Seriously, I said, we're going to Virginia. And they were kind of like, Virginia? And so we had a resort thing, and we have six kids. 5 of them went with their spouse and their kids. And we got a phone call one night, and our one son goes, I've been watching Nashville, Tennessee, the series. I know why we're going to Virginia. I said, well? And so we went to visit the house in Winchester. They didn't. We went to Shenandoah Valley all the way. Different things around there, but yeah, had to sneak that one in. Let's do the next one. I know that you've been fooling around on me right from the start. So I'll give back your ring and I'll take back my heart. And when you're tired of fooling around with 2 or 3, then come on home and fool around with me. Well, I was fooling around the day I said I do. And many a night I wish that I was a fooling too. I know it's foolish taking all this misery, but when it's you, a fool I'll always be. I know that you've been fooling around on me right from the start. So I'll give back your ring and I'll take back my heart. And when you're tired of fooling around with 2 or 3, then come on home and fool around with me. So honey, fool around, you know right where I'm at. Don't worry if I'm lonesome, 'cause I'm used to that. And when you're tired of fooling around with 2 or 3, then come on home and fool around with me. I know that you've been fooling around on me right from the start. So I'll give back your ring and I'll take back my heart. And when you're tired of fooling around with 2 or 3, then come on home and fool around with me. Come on home, baby. I'll be waiting for you. So Patsy had 2 #1 hits. The first one I've sung for you, it was I Fall to Pieces. Do you know what her second one was? And I have not yet sung it. So it's not Walking After Midnight, and it's not Crazy. What is her second #1 hit? Not Sweet Dreams? Would you like me to sing Sweet Dreams today? I'll make sure we get to that one. Anybody want to take a guess? I can't hear you.
Have you ever been lonely?
Have you ever? No, that's not one of her hits. This is her #1 hit, her second #1 hit, and that always means you requested it more. I've had a discussion with a couple of my sisters. It's like, why didn't she just get over him? What is this all about? So here's her second #1 hit. I got your picture that you gave to me, and it's signed with love, just like it used to be. The only you. You look cute, Don. I got the record that we used to share, Sean Cassidy, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got the record, she's got you. I got your memory. Oh, has it got me? I really don't know, but I know it won't set me free. I got your class ring that proved you cared, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, she's got you. I got your memory. Oh, has it got me? I really don't know, but I know it won't set me free. I got your class ring that proved you cared, and it still looks the same as when you gave it, dear. The only thing different, the only thing new, I've got these little things, she's got you. She's got you. In summer, I was singing out here. It was here at the Lockport Bluffs out on patio. I sang that song, and then I innocently said, you know, did any of you not get your class ring back from somebody? And some man raised his hand and said, I never did. And his wife turned to him and hit him on the arm and said, you never told me that. So no confessing today, okay? If you still don't have your class ring from some young lady in high school, now is not the time. Okay. Let's do the next one. This song is the only song Elvis Presley ever did at the Grand Ole Opry. It was the Ryman Auditorium at the time. Not the new one hadn't been built. And it was the Ryman Auditorium on Broadway. And he got his chance to sing this song. This is actually a little more his style than Patsy Cline's, which is very cha-cha style. And this is more of an Elvis style. This is the only song. Go ahead. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and let me blue. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and let me blue. Well, it was on one moonlit night, stars shining bright, whispered on high, my love said goodbye. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and let me blue. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and let me blue. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one who's gone and let me blue. Well, it was on one moonlit night, stars shining bright, whispered on high, my lover said goodbye. I said,
loving on the one who's gone and left me blue, left me blue, left me blue, left me blue.
What made me come to realize that's the only song he ever sang is people like yourselves who ask me questions and I don't know the answers to them, so I search them out. And Patsy was in the wings of that performance. Someone said, did Patsy and Elvis ever perform the same place at the same time? And they did not. But Patsy was just visiting Nashville and she was in the wings. She was being treated to this by the people that were from the Opry. And she saw Elvis's one and only appearance, and she saw the tears in his eyes, as it goes, and I believe this is the true story, that he was booed. And they did not like his rendition of it. I mean, look at Elvis up there doing his grooving and everything. And when he came backstage, the manager said, you'd be better off driving a truck. Just goes to show you can't go on everyone's opinion, right? This is third hand. This is not from the internet or books or anything, but somebody said that he was invited back when he was famous and he politely declined. I don't know if that was the truth or not, but it sounds like Elvis that he would politely decline the opportunity. Let's do the next one in order. We're only on 19 songs. This is just a little message to you in case you're checking your watch. Do you know this one?
If you got leaving on your mind, tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If you got leaving on your mind, if there's a new love in your heart, tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If there's a new love in your heart, don't leave me here in a world filled with dreams that might have been. Hurt me now, get it over. I may learn to love again. If there's a new love in your heart, tell me now, get it over. Hurt me now, get it over. If there's a new love in your heart, hurt me now, get it over. If there's a new love in your heart.
I think we should do Sweet Dreams. What do you think? You think so too? It's not here? I haven't learned that one yet. No. Patsy Cline went off to Kansas City to do a fundraiser for the widow of Jack Call. And she went there with Cowboy Copas, Hawkshaw Hawkins, and her manager, Randy Hughes, was flying the airplane. Randy had just recently, it was his idea to get an airplane so she could do more gigs, so that they could do more gigs, more money, to be more successful and so on. And when the concert was over, it was pouring down rain, and they stayed another day. Dottie West was there with her husband. Dottie said, "You can come home with us." Dottie was a very close friend of Patsy before she ever met Loretta. And she was like, "Oh, I don't know. She had 2 little kids at home. And Randy, pilot, manager, got a phone call that said it was clearing by Nashville, Tennessee. So they decided to set out. They set out for Nashville. They stopped for fuel. It was getting late. It was starting to get dark in the sky again. They tried to talk them out of it, but it was just so close. They were so close. They were in Tennessee, but they weren't at Nashville yet. And he decided they would go. And it got very rainy. It got very dark. He wasn't used to flying in the dark. He wasn't really trained to fly in the dark. And the thought is maybe he thought he was climbing when in fact he was propelling them full throttle towards the earth. They landed, what do you call it when you're hit so hard? Crashed, there you go, which is a bit of an understatement almost. They crashed in Camden, Tennessee. You have seen that spot. There's a huge boulder there with their names engraved on that spot. Just before she went off to do this in March of 1963, she had had a recording session in February that those songs were then released after she died. And one of them is Sweet Dreams. Sweet dreams of you. Every night I go through. Why can't I forget you and start my life anew, instead of having sweet dreams about you. You don't love me, it's plain. I should know I'll never wear your ring. I should hate you the whole night through, instead of having sweet dreams about you. Sweet dreams of you. Things I know can come true. Why can't I forget the past? Start loving someone new, instead of having sweet dreams about you. Sweet dreams. Is there anyone at this? How about the birthday girl? Is there a song I haven't done yet that you thought you might hear? I've covered them all. I can quit now. No. What do you mean? There's another 100 for me to go. The other birthday girl. Do you have a song request? No. Okay. Sweet Dreams has another one.
The Wayward Wind.
The Wayward Wind. You're just putting me through my vocal paces today, aren't you? I have a crackle in there that I'm so sick of.
That's okay.
It'll go away like right after the show. You got it? Goji who made it famous? Who? Goatee Grant, yeah. She made it famous. Patsy got to cover it, The Wayward Wind. To me, there's tumbleweeds in this song. There's tumbleweeds, horses, dust bowl type, you know, railroad tracks, flat plains. That's what I see when I sing.
Oh, the wayward wind is a restless wind, a restless wind that yearns to wander, for he was born the next of kin, the next of kin to the wayward wind. In a lonely shack by a railroad track, he spent his younger days. Oh, I guess the sound of the outward bound made him a slave to his wandering ways. Oh, the wayward wind is a restless wind, a restless wind that yearns to wander, for he was born the next of kin, the next of kin to the wayward wind. Oh, I met him there in a border town. He thought we'd never part, though he tried his best to settle down. Now I'm alone with a broken heart. Oh, the wayward wind is a restless wind, a restless wind that yearns to wander, for he was born the next of kin, the next of kin to the wayward wind.
Request over here or a question.
No,
A song?
that's when your heartache began.
I don't know that one. I'm sorry. I know. I don't know all 100. I will confess to you right here now. Because some of them I can't find the backing tracks for. I have to.
Oh, that was Elvis.
Yeah. That was Elvis? He did that song?
Yeah.
Oh. What was it called?
That's when your heartache began.
That's When Your Heartache Begins. Is that on the list?
Yeah. And it actually spoke on that.
Oh. You know what? I'm going to look into it. I may learn something here today. That's something I might have to look into. So, any other song requests? You Made Me Love You. We can do that one. Anyone else? I did Your Cheating Heart. I did that one already. What's that? Why Can't He Be You? I love that song. It always, when I sing it and couples get together and dance, I'm like, wait a minute. She's like saying, I don't want you, I want that other guy. So it always makes me laugh, but it's such a feeling song, but it's like the wrong people are together or something. You Made Me Love You, or Why Can't He Be You? I learned if I numbered them, you could find them a little faster. What's that? Question.
What request of Patsy was honored concerning
Patsy always grew up in poverty. I mean, the money was just not there. Even when she was performing, she just, and not until she was in the Grand Ole Opry and getting some of these other gigs, was she able to build a ranch home in Goodlettsville, Tennessee, just north of Nashville. And that was her pride and joy, that ranch home. And she wanted to be waked in her own home. She wanted to have the wake in her house. So that was something they honored. But going to the cemetery was just a disaster because all the fans were in the way. All the fans took every bow, flower, anything left at the gravesite, they took it all. It was just, the family had a hard time getting through to the gravesite. So the price of fame, I guess, but I guess it was quite a debacle in a sense, but her wake was in her home. See, all those interesting little things you don't know about people, right? But that was not uncommon, I guess, to have a wake in your home. Listen closely to the sentiments in the song.
He takes me to the places you and I used to go. He tells me over and over that he loves me so. He gives me love that I never got from you. He loves me too, his love is true. Why can't he be you? He never fails to call and tell me I'm on his mind, and I'm lucky to have such a guy. I hear it all the time, and he does all the things that you would never do. He loves me too, his love is true. Why can't he be you? He's not the one who dominates my mind and soul, and I should love him so, 'cause he loves me, I know, but his kisses leave me cold. He sends me flowers, calls on the hour, just to prove his love. And my friends say that when he's around, I'm all he speaks of. And he does all the things that you would never do. He loves me too, his love is true. Why can't he be you?
Why can't he be you? We have 2 more songs to go, the request and then one of my own, and I will be letting you go. I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. I do have 2 days at Starved Rock this year. I also have a gig in Columbia, Illinois, outside St. Louis with a live band, Patsy Cline band, coming up in April, both of them. 4-hour drive. Plus, if you have never heard Mary and the Troublemakers, my band, this is my time to plug, Shanahan's in Woodridge. It's just up 355 to 75th Street. It's a cozy little bar. You would never, so unassuming from the outside, but my band is playing there March 1st on a Saturday. So, very cozy. You need reservations, and we don't get loud. So, I think that's very important. I don't like sitting in loud music and having to scream at somebody. So, ready? This is an all sing for sure. A little soft shoe too. You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me love you. And all the time you knew. I guess you always knew. You made me happy sometimes. You made me glad. But there were times, dear, you made me feel so sad. You made me sigh, for I didn't want to tell you, I didn't want to tell you. I want some loving too, yes I do, indeed I do, you know I do. Give me, give me, give me, give me what I cry for. You know you got the brand of kisses that I died for. You know you made me love you. A little instrumental here. This isn't exactly Patsy Cline country. But when those tracks are hard to find to do a song, then someone might request. Although we have been to some places in Nashville that he plays a horn. Usually it's a sax. Don't think we've heard any flutes down there. Or like an oboe? Clarinet? Here we go. Made me sigh for I didn't want to tell you, I didn't want to tell you. I want some love and true, yes I do, indeed I do, you know I do. Give me, give me, give me, give me what I cry for. You know you got the brand of kisses that I die for. You know you made me love you. Thank you. Who's getting up the next song? I just want to thank you again, and also mention that some people ask me about, well, how did you start doing this? I didn't know I was going to be a singer. I grew up in a large family of 12 children, and yeah, that's what the bus driver said. On a farm in.
The only bus just for you and your family.
Yeah, just a bus for us alone, yeah. On a pig farm, no less, where you had to put up with all the kids going, ooh, it stinks. And then I went to the University of Illinois, met him on a blind date before I left for the University of Illinois, so 4 years later we got married. We have 6 children. I had a degree in horticulture, but I advanced it into agriculture and sciences, or not agriculture, I advanced it into education and sciences. And so at some point in my life, I was teaching high school sciences, and at some point in my life, my brother wanted to sing a song in a contest, and his wife said to me, Mary, you can sing, why don't you sing against your brother? Well, I had just gone to see what karaoke was about. I had never picked up a microphone. And I want to tell you right now, if you want to win a contest, sing Stand By Your Man to a drinking wedding party. It's if I'd been wearing fringe that night, it would have been shaking so hard you wouldn't have been able to see. My legs were shaking. I literally leaned over to hold them down. I had never sung in front of people before, and I won. So now I didn't want to be embarrassed to be the next step where 10 people were going to sing at the festival, you know? So I had to go karaoke. And that's when I discovered Patsy Cline. I sang karaoke years later, 1998, something like that. The English teacher that I was with me at Streeter, Illinois, he said, if I ever get the chance to do Always Patsy Cline here at our little theater, I want you to try out for it. Because I was singing a lot of Patsy Cline. I got free drinks from some people. Anyway, so 10 years later, he got the chance in 2009. So I have only really been doing Patsy Cline since 2009, and I'm about soon to retire, I keep saying. So it just kind of was serendipity. I didn't know that I was going to be doing this. In that interim between 1999 and 2009, someone heard me sing at a fundraiser and asked if I wanted to be part of the band. And so I drove up to Chicago. I drove up to Stickney, Illinois, in Harlem, and was in a band for like 3 or 4 years, 3 brothers, 11 pieces altogether. I now wear hearing aids. We were in a basement with low ceilings, and 3 horns were in the group, and it was loud. But because of my journey, I wrote a song. This is my original song. I like to sing it to you. I think you'll find your meaning and maybe understand what mine is for writing it. So this is my song.
No matter where you are, I'll find you in my heart. I dedicate this song to you. I want to be a part of your heart forever. I want to stay alive in your memory. I need to know that I mattered in your life, 'cause a little part of you is part of me. We never know the roads that we might travel. Along the way, the people we might meet. Well, you came into my life, you changed it for all time, 'cause of what you gave to me. I'll never be the girl I used to be. I want to be a part of your heart forever. I want to stay alive in your memory. I need to know that I mattered in your life, 'cause a little part of you is part of me. Leaving isn't always a choice we make. Living's full of leaving, I have found. We take and we give, it is what it is. When it's time we move along, but what we share forever lingers on. I want to be a part of your heart forever. I want to stay alive in your memory. I need to know that I mattered in your life, 'cause a little part of you is part of me. I want to be a part of your heart forever. I want to stay alive in your memory. When you look inside and think about your life, is a little part of me, a part of you. Is there something in there of me that's part of
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. That was very kind. Thank you. Wow. You're right from the heart. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. My contact information's on those colored sheets. If you want to send me an email or something, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for having me today. Did I have that song recorded? I did, in a couple different capacities. One's fast, which I didn't like after I did it. And yeah, I do have it recorded. It's actually on my webpage. If you go to marypfeifer.com, you can find it on my webpage. You're welcome. If anybody would like a picture with Patsy, I'm more than happy to take a picture.
Thank you. Thank you.